back to ABCs of Menopause, and today is O. Okay, so O is very exciting because, first of all, let's talk about these braids. I got these braids in February 28th, I think, 8th or 9th. And this is who I am now. I don't know how I'm going to get them out because there's so many of them, but apparently there is a place that you can pay to have them taken out. They'll take them out and they'll wash your hair and they'll do all the things. So this is who I am now. It is not my ministry to sit and have these braids taken out one by myself. I used to do that. I used to relax me, actually. It was like a calming thing. This is not, I don't have the patience or the desire to do that anymore. So we're going to find the place that will actually take these braids out of my head for me. Okay, back to it. ABCs of Menopause. This is letter O. O is for osteoporosis, ovarian cyst, and overactive bladder. So this is not a Stanley Cup. Elizabeth Arden sent this to me. It's a good cup, but it's not a Stanley Cup. But it's doing what I need to do because I need to drink water because hydration is key for older lady skin, okay? So here we are. Oh, osteoporosis, ovarian cyst, overactive bladder. So, oh my God, we all know osteoporosis is loss of bone density. So that's why we usually see older ladies kind of like that bent over kind of thing. They'll ask you to check your bone density levels when you do like your breast cancer screening. And that is because the usual culprit, estrogen. So the less the estrogen you have, and apparently the lack of eggs produced by your ovaries is a reason that you have a bone density issue. Who knows? And we start getting less minerals into our body, help us to maintain healthy bones. So it's all a shit show, and our hormones are the culprit. Our hormones affect you because it affects your mood, it affects everything. I'm probably just making that up, but it sounds right. So we're going to blame it on something. Overactive bladder. We all know that who depends are for. They're for the men too. But for over our older ladies, you know, bladder mesh and all these other kind of, there's a surgery for that, or there's Depends, or there's all these underwear for the little dribble and stuff. And so apparently, I'm getting my notes, low estrogen levels can cause the urethra and vaginal tissue to thin and the pelvic floor muscles to relax. You're welcome. So, of course, when we have a baby, sometimes it weakens those muscles. So people always joke about when they laugh or cry or, you know, they pee on themselves because your muscles are not that strong. That's why Kegels are your friend. Do a Kegel. Pelvic floor is weak. We're going to dribble. You're going to dribble. You're going to sneeze. Some of us may be prone to ovarian cysts. Those are from hormonal fluctuations. People with PCOS or hyperthyroidism may actually experience ovarian cysts more commonly when they're going through menopause, because again, everything is changing because of your hormones. Again, what have we learned from menopause? That we learned that everyone lied to us. Everyone. They really sold us a bill of goods about what it was going to be like, what was going to happen to us, and what we were going to have to go through. And the end result is that it is a time in your life that you really need to be kind to yourself. I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. You have to be kind to yourself because this is a version of yourself you never knew. When we were younger and we were going through puberty, we gave ourselves Well, we didn't, but we know now. We didn't give ourselves the grace then, and that's when we were going through a different rite of passage. When you got to the age when you started having a period and going through all of that, we had to make these adjustments. When we were in the ages of being able to have a child or not being able to have a child, or going through childbirth, or going through any of, the trials and tribulations that can come from trying to conceive or not conceive, are things that we had to give ourselves grace through and learn to be. And I think the same thing goes for menopause. We don't do it. We didn't do it. People didn't tell us to do it. And now we're really talking about it loud and proud. And it's something that we have to do. You have to give yourself grace around menopause, because it is definitely a new normal, as corny as that sounds. You have to learn who you are. You have to navigate all the changes of your body and everything that you're going through, whether it's weight loss or weight gain. You're nauseous, or you're cranky, or you're nervous, or you're agitated, or you're sweaty, or you're hot, or you're cold, or all of these things. And for whatever reason, this has been the biggest taboo on the face of the earth, is women talking about menopause. And I'm so grateful that I'm a part of the age group and movement that's talking about it. We're allowed to talk about it, and we're allowed to talk about it with our partners. And I'm going to tell you again about a time I went to an event and a lady was like, how do I talk to my partner about it? And one of the speakers was like, if you can't talk to your partner about it, maybe you need to get another partner. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. I was lucky enough that when I met Eddie, and we were both later in life, I was 50, he was 61. And he was the sweetest there ever was to walk the earth. God bless him. And I remember before we were intimate, he said, I just want you to know, if we need to get anything like lube or anything, you have to lower the voice when you say those things. It's okay, because I understand. That's not my problem. But that told me the type of man that he was not going to pretend that we're not older people, and that we're not going to, maybe have some trials and tribulations. And that was one of the reasons I knew he was a keeper. And the same goes with men. There were times when he was just not up to it. And these are things that you navigate as older people and older age, that sex is not the be all and end all. It's fantastic, but because of the changes of older people and the things that we go through, you can't. Maybe you can't. Sometimes sex is painful when you are going through menopause, or again, there is dryness. There's all kinds of things that are involved. So please, please, please give yourself grace and talk to other women. We want to talk about it. Other women want to speak about it and be knowledgeable and learn and not be afraid. So maybe your friend is going through the same thing that you're going through, or your cousin or your auntie or somebody is going through it, and they'll want to talk about it. So we are so back, okay? I'm so back with the ABCs of menopause and trying to get myself back on track. I've been saying one foot in front of the other since, of my extraordinary loss of Eddie, and he would want me to keep going, and we would want us all to keep going. We got to keep going. We got to be great and fabulous and live every day. ABCs of menopause. That was I'm back, baby. Bye.